Banta with Toni and Mimi, a cross-generational conversation between a millennial.
This is not the season for vegetarians. This is the beef season because beefs are popping up everywhere. Everybody's eating steak. Hey!
And a Gen Zer.
The Holy Ghost is only there for you. There's not enough for all of us. So every Sunday now you go catch.
If they just skip past us, they go to you every Sunday. It's you I pick. You that will scream. Okay, sure, Jane.
Kick back and enjoy as we laugh, feel, and heal.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of Banta with
Toni and
Mimi. That was my first time.
I was giving you a chance for you to be the one.
Mimi and
Toni.
Yep. Yes, it's a new episode. It's a new day.
It's a weekend day.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we're ready to record and, rest right back up. But other than that, how have you been, Mrs. Obeta?
Life has been lifing, but lifing in a good way. Not like lifing like where I feel like I can't handle it. But it's just like, it's been chugging along. And the train is still going.
Yes.
Chugga.
Chugga choo choo.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I would say the same thing. Doing well, doing swell, and
not doing swell.
Doing well, swell, and splendid. So yeah, I'm just, life's been lifing, and I'm just catching the vibe of what it has to bring. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the moment, but not too focused on the future or the past, and just keeping myself sane and here and happy.
Present.
So, well, yes.
Your present is the present.
They said the present is the best gift. That's why it's called the present.
So yeah, your present is the present.
Yes.
Okay, I concur.
Okay,
I'm really tired, and when I'm tired, I do weird things.
She wears vomit. She makes sounds.
Whatever comes out of this episode, just know it's what Toni sounds like when Toni's tired. So
yeah. It's okay, y'all. I'm rest up, so we have a balance.
You can balance me out then. When I'm going off a tangent, you can just be like, okay, reel it in.
Like, right.
Get it together.
Back to the map. Open and close.
You are doing just what I'm doing. We both can be random like this.
So tired Toni is like normal Mimi.
Oh, okay.
So imagine me when I'm tired.
Oh, then I don't know what you are. You're quiet.
True.
You don't say much. You just kind of get moody and you just kind of...
Oh, she clocked her.
Oh my gosh.
I do get moody.
Yes, you do. I've lived through it because I'm like, what the heck is going on with her? Okay. Like, I didn't sleep last night. I only had 3 hours of sleep.
Oh my God.
Like, Mimi, how are you? Okay. What you doing? Fine.
Ooh,
where you going? I don't know.
I do that?
Yeah. One word answers. And I'm like, all right. And the sun didn't come up today. Yeah.
I did not. Oh, wow, y'all.
Yes.
Cut on to that.
That's what I've noticed about you.
Okay. Well, what do we talk about today?
Pop culture. My gosh, so much has happened.
Literally, the
world is popping.
Spinning on an act.
The world is popping. I mean,
everywhere.
This is not the season for vegetarians. This is the beef season. So if you know that you are vegan or vegetarian, this is not the season for you. True. Because beefs are popping up everywhere. Everybody's eating steak. Hey, gosh. Yeah. I mean, Davido and Wizkid are beefing because I guess somebody asked Wizkid about when he's releasing an album or something, and he's like, beg me nicely. What? And he had a video of Davido that's been circulating online where Davido's like begging on his knees, and apparently that was him begging a side piece.
Oh, that's really embarrassing. Wait, what the heck?
So for Wizkid to use that video, I know it was so uncalled for. So Davido was like, "What the heck? Like, how did I enter this conversation?" And he's like, I guess you have a new album coming out or something, and you need some publicity."
Wait, so did it start? So a fan or somebody?
Yes, it started on Twitter.
Oh,
yeah.
So why would you believe something from Twitter? Wizkid? Why would you believe that?
I've seen the video. It kind of does look like Davido, but these days I don't know everything. But yeah,
I'm saying like if it didn't come from Davido himself, and
it wouldn't come from Davido himself. It was like somebody leaked it. Like the girl who he's begging in the video is the one that leaked it. Yeah, exactly.
Shaking my head.
It's just so shady. Like, why would you just randomly? First of all, it means you would have downloaded it for it to be on your phone.
Yeah.
So not only did you see that video of Davido begging on his knees, I wish you would have seen it. It's crazy.
I'll probably...
You'll see it after
We can
this.
find it anywhere.
Yeah. So he's begging on his knees.
Yeah.
And then that's the one that Wizkid used. So even the Afrobeat artists are beefing. And then...
Drake and Kendrick.
Mr. Duckworth and Mr. Graham.
We have
oh Lord, that one was
OV Ho. And see, what did Drake even say? Like that clicked like Kendrick stuff. I don't even know. All he said was mother I. Was whatever. Drake.
You know what I realized?
What?
The last song that Drake came out with was probably the only song in this entire beef that Drake wrote.
Oh, can we clock that? Please. I'm
because
sorry,
it
Drake
sounded
is not
like
right.
One of my favorite songs of Drake's was like back in the day, the Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
I was literally just listening to that song the other
that
day.
was like one of my favorite. Like, and I think that's kind of even what Kendrick said. Like, we liked you better when you were, you know, singing and vibing.
Melodic
like, Drake
Drake.
really used to be like the. And he still is. I mean, it's not like he's gone.
I'm more than just an option.
Yeah, he was like the rapper for the girls. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, like, he was exclusively making music for the girls.
Like,
and
you
then
were a lover boy until you came out.
He wanted to be gangster all of a sudden and have street cred. Like, stay in your lane, sir. And so
we get dipping into other places, but you just kind of lost the original Drake. Yeah. And then now you just look like you're lost everywhere, and every time you make music, it's just like he does genres now, but like it never sounds like Drake. It always just sounds like he's just
biting whatever the latest sound is from the individual. And I think that's at the essence of what Kendrick is saying. Is like when you hear Kendrick Lamar, because even first of all, his black side needs to have a conversation with him about these slave references and all that he's so
Drake?
Yes. Yeah. Because he's saying that, you know, he sound like he's trying to free the slaves.
Like, that was not...
Sir.
Because Kendrick never gave that. Just because he made All Right. Just because he cares about his people.
He wasn't Black Panther. He was like... I get what he's trying to say. Like, he's trying to say, Kendrick, the way he could have done that was say like, why are you so serious? Because I feel like essentially that's what he's saying. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, but it's just the choice of words that he used. He can be like, I'm more of a jovial person and you take everything so seriously.
Okay,
like, relax, breathe.
Yeah. Chill out, bro.
You know, Drake, just pay me to come and help you in this beef. Yeah? Because I can help you with some good ideas and even, you know, some bars. Can we come up with some bars?
Can we? Yeah, let's write you some bars. But what was the first one? Because it was push-ups or whatever.
Yeah, and that's a crazy thing. Like, I didn't listen to his original song. I listened to the Kendrick song that was on Metro Boomin.
Oh yeah, that one.
That was on his album with Future and all that.
I hate the way that you talk. What did you do? I hate the way that you dress.
No, Kendrick came out first with that. Then Drake came out with Push-Ups.
Oh yeah, because Metro came out with his new album with Future.
And that song was on there. And when I listened to that song with Metro Boomin and Future, I was like, Kendrick's part is kind of like an afterthought in the song. Like it still was a good song, but I was just like, oh, it's kind of just there. And then that's when J. Cole came out with his thing, and then I
didn't even know. Like, I know J. Cole was in this all, but like I didn't even hear his stuff.
I heard his stuff.
What was he even saying?
Oh yeah, he said Kendrick's fans were lying to him. His last albums have been whack. His first album was the best. Like, but in the whole time, like, he's still like, but that's my man though. Like, I still love him. Like, so how you dissing somebody? But exactly. So he did what he was supposed to do. He's like, look, I'm backing out of this because it's not even in my spirit. You know,
yeah, he's not even that type of guy.
Yeah. So that was that, and then the Push-Ups came, and then
Euphoria
came, and I was like,
Euphoria.
No,
nothing about that.
That thing was so layered.
It was actually.
What is it? The braids?
What is the braids? What is it? The braids?
You don't want to work with me, okay? Yeah, he snapped. It's like he just entered another level of like rapping. Like there's like, this is what great rappers sound like.
Like, I'm about to say,
and then Kendrick is like, let me just take it to like 1,000 levels.
Yeah, like, and that's him. That's Kendrick being himself, like, as an artist, and his artistry is already like above average and above. Actually, it's above greatness. So it's like,
you know who used to be good at entendres like that? Jay-Z? The great man Lupe Fiasco. No, when I think about, I mean, Jay-Z stuff will get you thinking because he'll put stuff in there, but Lupe Fiasco used to be really good.
I don't know what that
is.
Yikes.
You don't know who Lupe Fiasco is?
I don't know what a Fiasco Lupe.
Wow.
Well, I don't know what.
Wow, I guess I'm aging myself.
No, nothing about that. No, nothing about that.
Oh my gosh. How does somebody get a diss song to be playing in the club? Like,
Pocket. And then he did, that just shocked me. What was it? Meet the Grams. Oh, Drake.
But he made Family Matters, so that was retaliation to that.
Because even Family Matters, It's like, oh, he talk about your family. No, Drake, if I was you and Kendrick did Meet the Grams, I would actually go into like hibernation and never come back.
He did.
Because why?
Because they said he's been in Canada this whole time now.
He posted some weird stuff on his story. Like, boy, he's trying to act like he doesn't care. Yes, we know you know what's going on. Like, stop. But he went for your moms, your pops, your son, your alleged daughter, and then you, and your friends and all your associates.
Yeah,
you were sniped. Like,
the fact that you even thought you could battle a Kendrick. I mean, I'm so proud of you to have faith in yourself like that. You know, one day I'll be like, I just want to have faith in myself like a Drake. Having faith in himself during this beef.
I want the confidence.
I want the confidence because he knew his writers could do such great work and he had faith in them, and then they all left and he had to write that last song and we could see the result from that. So, because even he told on himself on that last song, he said it's good to get out the pen again.
No, Drake.
Yeah, you know, he's the one that to have the latest song, because after that Kendrick is like, there's nothing left for me to say.
Wait, so it was the Metro song and then Push Ups and then Euphoria and then Family Matters and then Meet the Grams. And then whatever. Did Drake do something again?
Yeah, he did The Heart Part 6.
Nobody cares. And then he did Not Like Us. And then Drake has something new after Not Like Us. Because
yes, The Heart Part 6 came out after, because what Kendrick did was he knew.
So Kendrick did Meet the Grams and then Not Like Us. So he hit him with a double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then on Not Like Us, he's like, how many of these do I have? He's like 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's pretty much saying like, I have a whole album of these songs. If you want me to keep going, I can keep going. Like, just the calculatedness of it all. Like,
because he was
this
ready.
Man was playing chess from the beginning. He actually knew how this was going to end up, because he told him that in the 6 a.m. in LA, what was it, 616 in LA, that song that he had on Instagram. You didn't hear the Instagram song?
Oh, the one with
the glove. It was just the glove.
No, that's Not Like Us. I don't know. No. Keep talking.
Yeah, it was 619 in LA or something. 619 in LA.
Yeah.
He told him in that song, like, I already know your moves before you even make them.
Shy. And it's Kendrick Lamar. And then Drake was trying to like, not clown him, but saying, oh, we know you're going to drop another one. Yeah, he is. And he has about 20 more.
Exactly.
So,
and each one keeps getting worse. So if I were you, I'll back out.
Get in the booth or get out. Yeah.
But he did get in the booth, and that's how he came up with The Heart Part 6.
Did you listen to that one?
Yes, I did. But that's what I'm talking about. No. That's what I'm saying. That's the only one I believe that Drake wrote during this entire time. Because that sounded so much like him. Like, he was trying to make things happen, but it wasn't happening. Because he's like, we planted the story about my child, but then everybody that you're listening to is not even real. So it's like, which one is it? Either you planted it or everybody
it was true.
It's like, a lie. It can't be both at the same time.
Yeah, because I was like, bro. And first of all, it just made me mad when I heard that he said that, because it literally just sounds like somebody whose business got leaked, and then now it's like, oh no, we finna say, oh no, we planted it.
Yeah,
I was like,
exactly,
bro, you trying to cover up? It's
so
not
corny. It was so corny. He should have never came out with that last song.
Why would Kendrick lie? I'm sorry, but like, why would he lie in all of this? He already done talked about your mom, your alleged daughter, your son. Why would he just?
It's the disrespect. Yeah. Meet the Grams was just very disrespectful. I'm not even a man.
Yeah.
And I'm disrespected.
When I was listening,
because you're not only like, you're talking to my family. It's still centered around me. Drake is still the center of it, but it's like, I'm just going to go around everybody to get at you. Like, it's so disrespectful.
That's what I'm saying. Because I was like, he went for mom's, pop's, son, daughter, and then he left you. You're like, you for life.
Dear Aubrey.
Dear Aubrey. But then here's another thing. Here's another take. Yes, this is all like, celebrity beef, sides or whatever. I was never really picking. It was just Kendrick is a great lyricist and artist. I like Kendrick and Drake's music, but then I think I saw something that was saying like, it's very how the world these days can be unserious, but then they were talking about how we should take seriously or the benefits of men coming at each other in the ways that they did, like to their own benefit, of how they were talking about how Drake is allegedly a pedophile, and with the teenage girls, and then Drake bringing up a domestic abuse, just the insensitivity about it all, and like people who listen to it and actually like, but basically the whole point is just that like, obviously just all of that was hidden, right? And it was just like, men don't call out other men for the things that they do until it's beneficial, like for themselves. And
it's somebody was one day going to teach a whole class using just this music, because we have to talk about in hip-hop how women are weaponized. So a lot of them weaponize, both of them weaponize women in one way or another. So he did it, obviously. He's like, okay, I'm trying to save these girls. Any woman that listens to his music, just know like it could be your niece, it could be your, like,
Sure.
And then he's like, well, what about Whitney? Is Whitney okay? Is Whitney all right? right? Because I heard you beat her. I
and
heard
it was
you,
like,
you know?
Yeah, it's just like that whole, like, you're getting at each other using what happened to the women that they're actually like.
And that's a
that
very central thing in hip hop.
Yeah.
It's always been that way. Because it's like, if I want to get at you, I'll be like, oh yeah, I epped your you know?
It's like, huh?
Yeah. Guys who said all the time, I epped your beat. So what now? Because...
And then it'd be like, me and the homies huh? You know that's called gang but okay, it's whatever. It's like, oh, you just say that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's a part of hip hop we need to change. Like, why are you guys always using us as the center of like dissing each other? And so then technically you guys are not even dissing each other. You're just showing the lack of respect that you guys have.
Because at the end of the day,
let's change that. Come at each other as men. Like, and I really feel like that's the place Kendrick was coming from, because it's like
as men too. Yeah.
When he said, rap is not my whole life, I actually will be out there with my family, but you don't know nothing about that. Teaching your son how to pray, you don't know nothing about that.
And like, because like he was saying, it's like he doesn't need to do this. Like, this is just like his another extension of his life.
He's like, you're a terrible father.
Yeah, he
technically. You know, so things like that, like calling each other out, like, it looks like you don't even read to your son, because then it made me go and watch videos of Drake's son, and like, I guess he speaks French and stuff, and there was a time like when he couldn't read and all this other stuff, and people were like, oh, isn't he a little too old for him not to be able to read and all.
I just know he came out with that song, whatever he said. I ran the boat and I drove the boat, and I crashed the car and I broke my iPad. Picked up my dad and we took the car, crashed the car, made the dart.
No way.
Like,
oh,
okay.
It's like, no, get him to read a book instead of making this song. So
yeah, and that's just what, like, because at the end of the day, it's like fun to listen to these and it's entertainment, but then like all the underlying stuff, and like, because at the end of the day, they're celebrities, but they're not God. Like,
exactly.
They're not, like,
and always humanize them.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah,
like, you should. Nobody's above being criticized, being made fun of. Being like, it's part of what you sign up for when you come into the public eye. So
true.
As long as, you know.
But then also as the audience, it's like, humanize them because you're so invested. Oh, Drake said, Kendrick said, yes, they did. But at the end of the day, they're not your like savior. Even Kendrick said that. He has a song in Mr. Morale and the whatever steppers.
That's what more people need to be like that idea. Like, you cannot speak to
but he is not your savior. But like, these people they're beefing, right? When we're watching them beef, doesn't mean that they're all hail Kendrick, all hail Drake. Yeah. It's just the internet.
It's just who I prefer.
Yeah.
I like Kendrick's style of rap. That's always been my favorite. I like rap that gets me to think. I like rap that's layered. I like rap where every time when I listen to it, I hear it in a different way. Like, it's art. It's poetry.
Yeah.
So true art in any kind of form, you rediscover it time and time again.
Right.
So that's what I like about that. And then that's really what Kendrick was saying, because he's like, your core audience, like, you make music that, you know, gets them going, partying. I make music that makes them think. Like, one is not better than the other. It's just about what you prefer as an individual.
Yeah.
And I think it's also a generational thing, because I feel like people from your generation is going to prefer the Drakes. Because it's like, I just want music I can bop to. Like, all my time at the club or at parties, it's Drake stuff. Because you're not going to hear Kendrick stuff at the club, like, until Except Not Like Us came out. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why he's so smart. Because I know he's heard the criticisms, like, oh, okay, well, Kendrick just makes serious music, which is what I think Drake was trying to say with the whole slavery thing, but wrong choice of words. But so Kendrick is like, watch me make a bop, a party song, and show that I can do exactly what you do, but I just choose not to, because again, I want to put something good into the world, and
true art
that enlightens people. Yeah.
And look how he did that. Yeah. They're playing in the clubs, bro, and they're still dissing you as well. They're singing "Oh Ho." It's like, that's really embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
Like, wow.
They're
still like, the whole club is
TikTok ain't real. TikTok ain't real. Yeah. I say that all the time, because why are people out there crip walking
in the like LOL? And then and that was another thing. It was like, he also did Not Like Us, and it's a West Coast song. He's from the West Coast, and he's like, I'm going to diss you, make a song they can play in the club, have people in the club still dissing you while they partying, but then also, this is for my people. Like, go
and make your Toronto music. And he couldn't even do that.
You can't.
And this is the sad part. Like, I have heard criticisms about that, because people are like, okay, what does Toronto rap sound like?
Really?
What does, because, okay, I'm going to put you on. So obviously Nigeria is always going to be at the center of West African music. So like M.I, do you know who M.I is? Okay, that's an African Nigerian rapper. Ill Bliss, oh my gosh. He was even rapping back in the day in like Igbo. I think he's an Igbo. Because like, Chuku and that is like, he's one of my favorites too. But like, I'm saying that because there are rappers that I can think of that are representative of our African culture. And
Black Sheriff is a good one.
Black Sheriff is from Ghana. Yeah. And that's one of the things I love about like one of the things that makes rap so good is when the person is so authentic to themselves.
Right,
like
they come from.
I love street.
And then it oozes from it. Like you can hear it in their artistry where it's literally like, yes, he's a rapper and he's from Ghana, but like he's doing it like so like nobody else can do it. It can never be copied.
Exactly.
And so it's like Drake,
hasn't found that.
Right. And it's also like, what is Toronto rap sound like? Nobody knows, right?
And that's what he needs to discover. If I were him, that is what's gonna be my next mission for the next album, to give something meaningful. Like come out here and show us what does Toronto represent, and not you trying to be like, you know, Atlanta rappers or Memphis rappers.
But that's another thing.
Houston
He never came out the gate like that anyway.
That's what I'm saying. So he goes back to making music for the girls,
right?
That he was originally doing.
Humdullah who's over the beat.
Give us Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, part 10. Or if you really want to be a rapper, find your identity in rap. And that's really what the man is saying. So if you feel like Toronto has a sound, we should be hearing it from you. You're the biggest rapper out of Toronto.
Clock it.
So what's the Toronto sound? What's the Toronto vibe? Bring it.
But is there one?
I wouldn't know because the man who's their biggest export has not shown us anything. He's trying to sound like everybody else.
All he does is rap about the fact that he's from Toronto, but you don't sound like no Toronto rapper.
And I still have beef with Drake because every single time that he had music with African artists, he was never in the music video. So that, I noticed the pattern.
Yeah.
Wizkid wasn't that all by his damn self. Had a song with Thames. Did that song with Thames and Future ever have a video? Hell to the no. Given how big it was. And I'm like, dude, why are you playing us like this? Like, so you use us. And even One Dance, Wizkid wrote One Dance for him. And that was like at the time like one of the...
Oh yeah, because he's on the song. Duh.
One Dance.
No video. That big song.
Exactly. Anytime he has big songs with African artists, I'm like, why are they not good enough for you to make videos with them, but they're good enough for you to get the numbers that you need? So that was my beef. And I remember like writing that on his page, and then people were like, what are you talking about? Blah, blah, blah. I'm not for the people. I'm going to say things that some people are not going to understand.
Clock it.
And if you ain't got the
time of day to open your ears and eyes, and that's
because I make observations and I know what I've observed. Only he can tell me why. Maybe he had contractual obligations that made it difficult, or maybe he just felt like, if I just make music with the Afrobeat artist. Exactly.
Chris Brown going to drop a video with anybody, and especially if it's an African artist, he's going to do Afro. His choreography is going to be dripping with Afro.
So I just feel like he was disrespectful whenever he worked with African artists, and I'm sure
because if you wanted to, you would, and if you cared, you would show. Yeah.
And given the fact that some of his biggest songs that he had were because of the African artists, and he chose not to make videos with
that was literally the song of the summer for 3 years straight, every summer,
like what
since like 2016.
Thank you.
To whatever.
That was the first time that made me take a step back from him, because I was like, I always liked his music. God's Plan, that's still one of my favorite songs.
Really?
Like I said, I'm still gonna listen to
God's Plan.
But even that, no, I'm sure it sounds like somebody out there. Really?
I never did.
Yeah. So, and then Chris Brown and Quavo. Did you see that beef?
I heard about it, but I never even... first of all, because it was over Saweetie.
I don't even know how it got started.
I don't even know.
All I know is I listened because I'm going to do my research, like I said. I listened to Quavo's rap.
She does the research, y'all.
And I listened to Chris Brown's rap. And all I can say is whenever Chris wants to drop that rap album, he can go ahead.
Do that. He should.
Man. He said, what's the name of the other guy that died? That got shot? Yeah. It's like, when he got shot, we were hoping it was you.
Yeah, I heard that. I was like,
my God.
Chris? Christopher Maurice Brown. That mouth is
not
reckless.
Maurice. She knows his middle name.
Yes. That mouth is reckless.
The last line when he's like, you just got bodied by a singing and I died.
Chris can rap.
He's like, I know this ain't gonna be good for your street cred because singing.
So was it a whole song that he came out with?
Yes.
I did. Why was I not aware?
Where are you?
I don't know. I thought, like, I heard of it, right? Like, I heard about it. I was just not like invested in.
Oh my gosh, you need to listen to that
because
song.
right at the same time, kind of like the Drake and Kendrick stuff started. So
like literally 1 week, I was like, Chris Brown is a rapper, okay. And then like 2 minutes later, then Drake Euphoria came out.
They just took.
And then
flooded
over the whole.
yeah.
They had us all in the chokehold. They had us all
laughing out loud.
So
I'll listen to that one.
Onika and Megan need to do a redo because this is how you do beef.
Clock it.
But actually, it's Onika that spoiled the whole dang thing because she didn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming for that, people.
No, she's
girl, get up on your good foot.
It's like,
so I need the girls to manufacture a beef. Cardi B, I need you to fight with somebody.
What? I don't want the girls to fight. Leave it to the men. I don't want them to
because
fight.
I need them to sharpen each other.
Because at the end of the day, battle rap, like, it's another art.
Yeah, it is.
Also like pushes you like in another stream of artistry.
Yeah,
because Megan can do it.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Megan was probably ready to.
That's how Megan
to battle with Nicki, and then Nicki didn't take it seriously. Like Nicki should have come with it, and then we could have had a back and forth. Like, to be honest, yeah. Sometimes the girls, you know, we've heard about how everybody's stuff is wet. We've heard about how because that's how the rappers these days.
Wake that tea up. We know it's wet.
I mean, how many ways are y'all gonna tell us?
Next,
he said my Gucci fat. He said my Gucci
we know
this.
it's wet. We know it's fat. We know it's juicy.
All the ways that y'all have been talking.
We know the badonk in the back.
Yes, we know your booty shakes.
We know.
Tell us some other stuff now. Bring some substance. I need the women to bring some substance forward. Okay.
But yeah, that's also true. But then it's also sad to see that that's the only way they can even like get their name like on the screen.
I'm like, what is this generation of rappers going to be known for?
Yeah.
Talking about their cooch.
Okay, so I think it's like more so because that's also a factor for women in rap. But I feel like the women in rap kind of need to like drop the like chase for fame so much, because I know he's a man, but somebody like Kendrick Lamar, he's like truly an artist, right? If you were truly an artist and didn't want to chase the bag or didn't want to make it the, you know, biggest name in hip hop, that's just gonna come to you if you just literally stick to like really strengthening that pen.
Your craft.
Like you exactly strengthening your craft, and like that's how you S on the B's. They be itting on
because I finally listened to Boa by Megan Thee Stallion, and I was like, I know you can do better, Meg.
Yeah,
I know you can.
I like the beat.
Yeah, there are parts of it that I like.
I think I'm gonna go to her tour.
Oh yeah, I noticed she's coming. Thames is coming.
Yes, I'm gonna go see Thames, but that's in the fall, right? But still,
no, Thames is coming this summer, I think.
No, really?
In August.
Oh yes, August. I thought it was September.
I was looking at it at the time. I actually signed up to get the VIP tickets, and they were not that bad. They were like $100 and something.
Yeah, so I could actually go.
Oh yeah, the regular tickets are like $50 or something. But now I'm sure it's sold out. And then I've been to that venue before. I think it's the venue I'm not too excited about. I know I'm super bougie.
It small?
Because I went there for Tiwa Savage, and you're gonna stand up the whole time.
I don't mind. Yes, I do.
And you need to be there early so you can be there up front, because everybody gets the same spot. So it's literally about who gets there first.
Okay.
Super early, then you can be towards like, because I was like maybe 3 rows away from the front.
Dang.
Because that's how early we got there.
The whole time. Okay, I guess it's because it's her first headlining tour. That always happens. The venues are going to be small because they don't even
because I was like, if it was Toyota Center, I know my little row that I like to be at that's on the side.
Okay, so can we collect that? She's like, I know my little, so she just like,
section like 116, 117. That's my section.
I've never stepped
at the
Toyota Center.
Yes, you did. That's where we went for Burna Boy.
Oh, that was Toyota
Those
Center?
are the seats that I like to buy.
That was Toyota Center?
Burna Boy was Toyota Center.
I lied.
And you see how that's a good place?
Yeah, that was good. And it had
it's not too expensive, but it's like right.
Yeah, he was right there.
Yeah, exactly. He's close enough. But then I don't like being in the, because I've seen so many incidents. Like that's the whole thing that happened with Travis Scott.
Oh yeah, with the
when people got because people can be crazy. I don't need nobody pushing me.
I don't mind screaming a little Tim song from back behind. To be honest. Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm talking all this now. I'll probably end up going anyways and just going super early and being close to the front and be like, tell me lade. And then she's gonna be like, hi auntie. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. When I look and everybody's Mariama's age, I'll be like, I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time.
That's what's gonna happen.
This is not my generation anymore.
No, but it's okay.
I want to see Thames live at least once. And like just her aura, her vibe. I want to experience it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'll probably go. I know I'm just dragging my feet right now, but I'll probably go. I'll get over it. I'll wear some cute tennis shoes.
There you go. Yes.
And some shorts. It's gonna be Houston hot summer anyways. That's probably my only thing I can wear.
Our girl summer tour.
It's a dang tank top, some shorts, and some sneakers.
But cute, and you know, she gonna make it cute. She gonna dress it up.
Yeah, we gonna make it happen.
Well, yes.
So yeah, everybody was beefing. Hey, and then yesterday.
Oh, what happened?
I was on my way home. So B Scott had a post on Instagram. I said, oh.
Who's B Scott?
He's like a gossip columnist. Like, remember back in the day when I told you I was trying to like create like a gossip blog? When I was coming up, when the internet stuff was happening, there was like Perez Hilton. That was the time
Perez.
that,
Jason
so B. Scott
Lee,
was another one.
one?
Jason Lee, like, all these media people. And you just create your website and you just post your stories and stuff on there. So B. Scott is another one of those.
Okay.
So I follow his stuff, and lo and behold, there's the video of Diddy and Cassie.
Oh, what?
Where do you live? Are you on Mars?
Well, this is a good thing, right?
What the heck? What do you mean of what? There is a video of Diddy and Cassie. Diddy and Cassie were at a hotel. Cassie, because this now matches the part of her lawsuit that she had talked about. Apparently, she said Diddy was drunk. He was, whatever. He was being abusive. So she was trying to leave the hotel room. The video depicts Diddy following Cassie outside because I guess he woke up from whatever, his nap or whatever, and proceeded to snatch her bags, kick her, stomp on her.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, I was not living under a rock that, but I knew the Diddy stuff, but I just didn't know there was a video that
the video came out yesterday. And so that everybody's like, it's done for you, bro.
Bro, you're out of here, bro.
You were over here talking about, my legacy will not be destroyed. And it's like, you did it. And then for me, it's like the son's even being involved. I just feel like his protective capacity as a parent has been trash this whole time. Because if you know at the back of your head that you did these things that this woman is accusing you of, you would want your kids as far away from it. But they're the ones that were there when your raid happened and they got to be arrested and blasted in front of TV.
I think because he's just thinking about himself.
Like you really very selfish.
Because if you say my legacy will not be destroyed, you realize your kids are your legacy. So they should be literally as far removed from all this as they can be.
Yeah.
But he's
not even doing that. Like. And then the other son, I've not listened to his song yet, but apparently he had a song out kind of taunting people, saying, oh, if there's evidence or whatever it is. So I guess they brought out the evidence then. I haven't listened to his song.
Taunting people, how?
Like just taunting the, I guess, haters, as you want to call it.
So he's in support of his dad?
Of course.
Okay, then at the end of the day, I don't feel bad for you no more. Because what are you doing?
Exactly.
So because if you're that close to your dad, you would know the truth too. So
or your dad is lying to you.
Care.
But either way, he needed to tell you, you know what, son, this is my battle to fight. You stay away from it.
True.
Because at the end of the day, Diddy knows exactly what he did, and that's why he created that persona of Love and changed his name to Love, because he needed to. Because I'm sure he was Puff Daddy, then Diddy, then I don't know. Then recently, now he was being called Love.
That's weird.
Because I guess he wanted to embody love so much since he has done so many horrendous things.
Far from it.
He wanted,
Stay away.
Oh Lord, the fakery. And I've not talked about this up until now, but I'm going to, right? Because TD Jakes was and he still is one of my favorite pastors. But this is where TD Jakes went wrong. If you already knew that you were associated, he's feeling the backlash from being associated with Diddy because he had so many pictures being taken with him and Diddy. He even went to one of Diddy's parties and people are like, what is a pastor doing at a party? He said he was only there for like 5 minutes. I wasn't there. I was not in the room. It's not my place to, So this is what I have to say with that. One, I think when you watch Cassie's stuff, you get to see the severity of the abuse. So one of the things that TD Jakes did wrong was not acknowledging that, you know what, I made a wrong choice by associating with this individual. I didn't do my due diligence. If he's saying like, okay, I didn't participate in these activities, but in that other lawsuit that I read, the guy said Diddy befriended TD Jakes to help with that image because he knew that his image was kind of messed up.
Standing next to a pastor.
Exactly. If he's standing next to a pastor, it makes him look good. So if you can sense that, okay, this person used me and I fell for the trap because, again, maybe I wasn't even being led by God in that way. I just wanted to expand my reach. I wanted to gain more followers. I thought if I had more people in the hip hop world come into my church, that will help in some ways. And in that way, my flesh led, and this is where it led me to, right? So one, first acknowledging the victims, being like, you know what, I know in the public eye I was associated with this human being, but I can promise you guys, I had no clue all the things that I'm finding out now about this individual. That was my fault. That generation, TD Jakes' generation, sometimes they're not good at saying sorry and just being like, this is what I did wrong. Definitely. Instead, I feel like in December, when he did bring up the issue, he was still very prideful in it. And this is not a time for you to be prideful. It's a time for you as a pastor to be like,
the opposite.
I asked for forgiveness because I lacked judgment. I made a decision based off of, monetary gains or whatever it is that I thought I was going to gain from this relationship. And that clouded myself. Now, I promise not to be perfect. Nobody is expecting perfection, but people are expecting that when you realize that you've done something wrong, that you take ownership for it. Instead, he was like, because I did watch that sermon where he came online and he was like, oh, I'm flattered that people even think like a man like me, my age, will have energy to do those things. And then he's like, all the stuff I've done for the community, and this is now, the things I get. And it's like, no, dude, this was a missed opportunity.
Came from a very like defensive manner.
Yes, it was very ego driven. And this is the time that you let go of the ego and strip it all away. And I feel like we always talk about, there's still chance for redemption. But the first place he needs to come and say is, the victims that have suffered at the hand of this man, I'm very sorry. And I understand me being the public figure that I am and representing what I represent, what that looks like. Because it's like, yeah, I'm guilty by association or I'm condoning this behavior. I do not condone anybody treating, like he needs to literally come out and say that. That's the first thing.
If he had nothing to do with it.
Well,
truthfully, because maybe that's why he's not saying nothing, because you at a Diddy party. What you doing?
Yeah.
But hey. Yeah,
exactly.
Up. My hands
so,
off.
But that's what we're saying. So not pretending like it doesn't exist. I think it's served against him, because you can tell, like, I still watch church, the Potter's house, and like, Sarah is preaching more, or like his son-in-law will preach, and the other pastors will preach.
Oh, so he's not preaching as much?
He's not preaching as much as what he used to, because I'm sure the board or whoever is meeting is telling him like,
stand back,
this stuff is affecting our bottom line, so we have to fix it. We just need to just keep you away. But no, that's where he went wrong. That December sermon, he needed to come with more humility, and he didn't have it. And I feel like his suffering would have actually ended right then and there, because he could have been like, you know what? I'm taking an L, because in me trying to expand my church, this is what it has led me to. And I totally apologize for it. And I can see now that I wasn't being led by,
Yeah, he should have done it there, because especially if he knew he had nothing to do with it, because you're also protecting yourself for what was to come out of it. Like yesterday, a video now actually proving that he's guilty. Now your back out is going to be way harder than you could imagine.
And that was the perfect opportunity, and he blew it. And I'm like, who is in your PR team? Again, you people all need to hire me, because I don't know who you guys have.
Y'all need to.
This needs to be my second career, okay?
At this point,
because I will tell you guys what you should do, because clearly the people you guys have around you ain't telling you worth nothing. And it's crazy, because like he has helped me like learn through so much. Like even the last book, Disruptive Thinking, I loved it. And that's the thing, like that's the essence of what he was saying that day. Like he's done so much for the community, and that's great. But this generation, they're looking for accountability. They're not looking for perfection.
Yeah.
I feel like the old generation, it's like that idea of like perfection. I put up this image that I do everything right.
That I am the one, like I am always right by me. Whatever I do, what
is
I
right.
Go, my way or the highway.
Yes, and he's given that off a lot.
Right. Because I think with our generation, we know ego exists. Like, there's a time to be prideful and stand in who you are and whatever. But then when you have done something wrong, there's no room to be egotistical about it. Because at the end of the day, if you're standing in the room as like, quote unquote, the bad guy, and everybody knows you're wrong, all it really takes for the room to even look at you with a little bit more respect is to acknowledge the fact that you've done wrong.
Exactly.
And then, because that also is like telling, like, you can't force anybody to do anything, but as long as you've acknowledged, then the ones who, who actually can stretch that forgiveness to you are going to follow you. It's not like it's the end of the world, but it's like as long as you've acknowledged that, you take fault in something.
Yes. And like, he made things worse for himself by not practicing that. Because I think the old school way, and we can even dig deeper and say it's a church way of doing things, like creating all this persona and this perfectionism, and everything is great, and what I say goes, and it's my way or the highway. But it's like this generation, we're looking for humanity.
I was really going to say, it's just also a matter of humanizing somebody.
Yes,
because we know, because like we know you're not perfect, so you're preaching your perfection to us is not going to ring true, or it's not going to penetrate at all, because we know you're not perfect. You don't have to, give out all your skeletons in the closet. No. But when we see that something is being done wrong, or you've obviously been in fault, say that, because everybody knows you're not perfect.
This is a teachable moment for other pastors.
True.
He could have used that as a teachable moment for other pastors.
If anything, that's doing something like that will actually give you the respect or whatever that you're wanting, not in a way that you have to drive your ego in everybody's face to get it.
Yes.
So it's like...
So hopefully his team gets it together, and that man goes up there and make another talk, because he needs to after this video comes out, about, because this is the thing. When it benefited him, when Diddy was able to be at his church, Diddy was able to be associated with his brand, you know, it was a benefit to him. So that was the other side of it, is that because you aligned yourself with this individual, the good that came with it, also you get the backlash that came with it. So now that the backlash is here, it's your time to say, you know what, I had a cloud in my judgment. I will make sure something like this never happens again. And then you can speak to that part that sometimes I grapple with American version of church. And there are some African churches that are adopting it too. And I always find it problematic. This idea of like, we always want bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah. Because tell me already, was TD Jakes not a household name? Did he really need a Diddy
to be? Comment? No,
he didn't. But it's this idea that he thought, you know, that will give me more access in Hollywood. I will have more, like, so this quest for more that sometimes the church model has adopted here in America. Like, you can't just open a church and just be happy to have your church. 2 years later from now, you're asking your entire congregation, oh, I want to open a second location. Then we want to have a third location. Then we want our building to now expand. We want to buy a football field, and now we want to fill it. Like, when are we ever just content? Because that in itself is sinful, right? True. The Bible that we're studying, that's telling us to be content in the things that God gives us.
Discontentment.
And then we are practicing this idea of just constant expansion and bigger, we're technically saying like we're never content. So that in itself is like contradicting, you know? Yeah. It can open up the conversation for so much. True. And I think it can drive the culture of the church in a totally different direction, where for the first time, you know, if I have a small church in, you know, northern Texas, and, you know, I have no inkling or want in my body for my church to expand, it doesn't mean that it's still not worth something. It would serve a purpose.
Because it's also telling about your not dedication, but your stand in your faith. Like, TD Jakes should not be worrying about expanding or needing, like you said, needing Diddy to stand next to him to be seen as You're already that. And also, why would you even feel the need to do that in the first place if you were happy with like where you were? And, you know, also about the people, I think it's also like you're forgetting like you're a pastor to the people. So did they ask for Diddy? No. Nobody
could they have done without him?
Yes. Yep. We're here for TD Jakes, not TD and Diddy. Like, no. So it was just that, like, also very telling of how, you know, dedicated you are. Because like you just said, you have a small church. You're even happy that you even have a church that people are coming to.
And his church is not small by any number.
No, I'm saying like the example you gave. If you had a small church. And someone like TD Jakes, you're going around the world preaching to people and anything. So you have an audience that are looking up to you and actually are, you know, they're following you and they like what you do. You didn't need no Diddy.
That was the devil tempting you. Yeah, you didn't need
and discontentment is a very tempting thing. First of all, you should acknowledge that you're discontent, right? Because there's uncomfortability that you're going to like sit in. If you don't acknowledge it first, the temptations that come your way to grab onto an opportunity like having Diddy, somebody that even before all this stuff was a questionable person in hip hop in the first place, you attaching yourself to him in whatever exchange that you were hoping for was temptation that you fell for in the first place because you were feeling discontent or uncomfortable in some way in your career that you were already building. You already were a household name.
There was something you were wanting more because all the things you had even accomplished up until that point, you just felt like, well, if I get in good with these rappers or I get in good in Hollywood or I get in good in the LA scene or whatever, this will make so you were creating something that you didn't even need.
True.
Right? And that is how the devil works. And now look at where it got you. But that's what I'm saying. It's such a teachable moment. Like, he can have sermons from this. He can create something to actually help other like, because, you know, they always think about, oh, what content can I make? Whatever that means. But
shaking my head.
She says shaking my head. But no, I really feel like it can lead the conversation for us to think about the American way of us doing church and us gathering together. Why have we allowed capitalism to hijack it in that way?
True, because it's America.
And then how are we moving forward
everywhere
that we can learn from the TD Jakes thing to safeguard ourselves from making sure this doesn't happen again? Because we can't say that we're there to, you know, be a refuge to people of the world and then in some way and capacity. Remember when I talked about last week that if I'm born into something and then somebody has a different circumstance, God has a different standard. You know, God has a different standard for them than he has for me. So yes, in some ways, they always say in the Bible, equally yoked. Like, it doesn't mean I'm prideful or I think I'm better than you, but it's just that idea, like, in that moment, you were not equally yoked with Diddy. You can still love him as a human being because you're a pastor, right? But you didn't need to associate with him in that way.
Exactly. And the friendship, even in itself, you could have turned down.
Yeah.
He's like, I respect you, man, but you know, I'm focused on my whatever. It's like something you can turn away.
Yeah, you
didn't need that. Because at the end of the day, it's not something that you initiated. it was like, it's literally the
part of his plan.
It was literally a definition of temptation. Like he came to you with this, whatever he wanted to attach himself with you with. It literally, there was an opportunity for you there to literally like steer yourself away from that. But you fell into that. Like there was a path that you took, and now you have to like.
And then exactly. He has to come to terms with that for himself. And I know it's difficult because then he has to come to terms with the fact that I'm sure the first place is disappointing yourself.
Yeah, because you did it.
You disappointed yourself, right? And because what I think or what you think at the end of the day doesn't even matter as much as disappointing yourself and then having the conversation with God. And those are the first two. And I don't know him personally, so I don't know if he's even walked through that yet. And then once you have done that, in that humility, then you come to the people. And yes, so if by any chance he hears our little podcast, I hope that he does come back and that he addresses the victims of this thing, because that's what he does rehabilitation for people that have been incarcerated. That's one of the big programs that he does and all that. Like, he does such good work.
Look
exactly. And I'm sure there at the church, there are domestic violence initiatives that they do.
Ooh.
So now you see how this is not, like, it was never on brand to begin with. It's just not gonna work.
It's not gonna fly, dude.
So please come back out and make another statement, and please be humble. Don't come off as being full and pompous and prideful, but really come out and just be like, I'm sorry, I had a lack of judgment, I apologize, I will learn from this, it will not happen again. And even apologize for the last one and be like, I'm sorry that even it took me this long to let go of my ego. But that's it. That's the only saving grace here. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah.
And my $1 and my $50 and my $100.
Yeah. I'm not into the TD Jakes scene, but what she said.
Yeah. And we don't expect perfection out of preachers. Keon and Henderson. Shawnee, remember Shawnee that was with Shaq? Her new husband, he's a pastor. He's here in Houston. So he was also on the news this week because there was a lady in like the choir going like she was in the spirit or whatever. But he says she does that every week. So in the video, he's telling her like, hush, hush, hush.
The heck?
And people are like, what the heck? Why would he be talking to her like that? And he's like, look, she has a disruptive spirit. She's been doing this every Sunday, and I had to get the room in order, and that's why I told her to hush. And so there's like a split because there are people like, why would I attend a church where the pastor talks to me like that?
Shushing me.
And then other people are like, yeah, there are those people that catch the Holy Ghost every Sunday. And oh my God. We go to church enough that we know that some of the same people catch the Holy Ghost every Sunday. We're like, the Holy Ghost is only there for you. There's not enough for all of us. So every Sunday now you go catch.
Right.
Mike, now only you get special connection to God. The rest of us, we are what? Heathens. We're heathens in church. The Spirit is looking at us like, no.
They just skip past us. They go to you every Sunday. It's you I pick. You that will scream. Okay. Bet.
Okay, yeah. The Spirit only comes from you.
Sure, Jane.
So we have to talk about the fact that, sometimes some people's mental illness is hidden in church and catching the Holy Ghost every week.
Because it's not you, babe.
It's not you, babe. It's a spirit, but I don't know if it's a Holy Spirit.
I've been going here 5 years and he missed me. He didn't touch me not once. All right.
But got room for you every week.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that was a good little
this
session.
was really just our like catch up session, because when we started this podcast, we were like 4 episodes ahead.
Yes.
And then life has been happening. Like we said, life has been lifing.
Yeah.
And now we are literally recording it in real time. So when we record something, probably
when
it's like
out, when it comes out,
before it comes out.
Recorded, y'all. That's why our pop culture gets so aligned with, we're not talking about something that happened 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That Cassie video came out,
yesterday.
Drake and Kendrick just kind of finished
last week.
Like, come on, y'all. So but
we're not a whole month ahead anymore. We're now in real time.
But we're still uploading.
Yes.
I don't think it's a problem
because we're still committed. That's the discussion we even had today. Was that life is gonna happen, but one of the promises. So me and Mimi are gonna have a moment of like honesty. So Mimi shared that she's good at starting stuff, but she's not good at finishing it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I kind of have that same issue too. Like for me, it's like the planning, the energy that I'll have. And then like obviously as I go through the stuff, then the energy kind of, so it's like me having moments of kind of rejuvenating myself. Our goal was to have 20 episodes this first season. And we're so close. I think this is going to be like episode 16 or 15 or something like that.
I thought we were like 8.
She said only.
Because it was like, I swear it was 3 episodes ago. She's like, 5 more left. Huh? We're still at 5, like 4 left.
I think this is going to be 15 or 16. I'm not sure when we No, I think this is 16.
Well, why can't we just check?
Yeah. So we're very close. So we want to make it to 20. That's our first goal. And then next season, Mimi is going to be off to college. That's going to present us with new challenges. So the next 4, we need to bring it. We got to end the season on a very high
and that's
note.
another thing, because when we plan our episodes, we have our topics and everything. I'm like, we don't talk about everything. We're going to have to pull out something out of our boot. But I'm like, what else can we talk about?
We'll find something. There's always something to talk about. I think we've had some memorable
and we can always do like expansions of what we've talked about before. Like revisit our like new viewpoints or something. Yeah. Because we kind of did that with the last one. Because our first episode was faith in the first place. And we kind of revisited that, not in the same manner, but like,
So it's whatever we make it to be, but I just want us to stay on the grind, stay committed, regardless of what's going on in our personal lives. And let me tell you, it's a lot. Okay? We have a lot going on.
And we're kind of like empathetic, sensitive souls. We're strong women. But we're also, we have a lot of a tender and care that takes to us. So when things happen, it hits us like trucks on the inside. So the energy that we muster throughout the week to even keep ourselves like, chugging through and then to come and do a podcast episode, it's like,
it takes
that kind of plays into like the weakness of like starting something and not finishing. It's not in the terms of like, we don't want to. It's just that we're very like energetically like focused and centered. When we're centered and balanced, then we can do our best. But then like when things throw us off, we need to recruit before we can even do the next thing. So I feel like that's what it is about us that we share when it comes to like starting.
And we're trying to do better.
Yes.
Because that's one thing we've noticed. We had this discussion where we said it's not always necessarily about who's the best at doing something. What we have found is that it's people that master the process.
Right.
And that's what really, for me, I feel like I need to work on that. And you can speak for yourself.
Yeah.
But I really want to master the process with this podcast. I know we're going to work on video for next season. We already have a cameraman recruited.
So enthusiastic about it too. You ready?
So I'm excited for that. But you see, we're already growing a little bit in that way.
Yeah.
So
and I feel
us
like
being
also,
committed. Yeah.
And another thing I think, well, for me, when I have like new ideas and I start something, I guess another thing that kind of plays into my energy dying down is like the expectations that I'll set up about how this is going to go. And then realizing that my expectations, yes, they're made up by myself. But then like when you say mastering the process, having it personalized, like what I do to like get myself throughout the week and keep my energy balanced and then versus what Auntie does. And then we come together and kind of plan together. Like, she needs to sleep before here, if I need to make sure I do this before I can even get my mind right. It's like us, helping each other and making sure that we're both good. And then we come together and we create.
Yeah, because last time we wanted to record, but I knew that you needed that day kind of to yourself.
And I really appreciate that.
And you were studying and I was like, you know what? Just come over and just chill and we don't have to record today, because at the end of the day, we're doing this as a journey to help us heal. So at the center of it really is the two of us. Yeah. And if we're not good, like mentally and everything else, then how can we even help people out there? True. Because that's the focus, is that people can see how we're doing it and be like, okay, maybe I can try this.
Yes, we hope you all really
and we are begging you, please share us, rate our show. Only 12 people have rated our show so far, and we appreciate you.
Thank y'all,
the 12 of y'all that have done it, but we need more people to rate our show. So if you share us with others, just remind them to go on there, leave a little rating for us, leave a little review. We want more engagement, so we need people to like leave us voice messages, leave us comments and things. And we are working on this end on, bringing stuff out. We don't want to make promises. We just want to drop things. We want to be like Beyonce.
Oh, I'm finna be like Beyonce and
drop stuff.
So, like, guys, can we all clock right here? I didn't say Beyonce's name today.
Oh Lord!
And she was the one who.
Well, we already know Beyonce needs to show up on every episode, so here we are.
Well,
yes. We just need to just drop things.
Like Beyonce.
When we drop the little gems, we'll let you guys know. But I think maybe we should go live before the season is done.
Like, hey y'all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, it'll be so scary.
It'll be scary.
Going live, because you'll be like, what if only one person shows up?
Well, then we can have fun with that one person.
But yeah, we need to get out of our comfort zone. So I think we should do a live. So we'll think about it, pick a date, and let you guys know.
Stay tuned.
Yes, but we appreciate you so far for making it even to episode 16. That's awesome. Yes. Thank you for lending us your ears week after week.
Y'all listen to us.
Yes.
Chat and banter.
Yes, and we hope that, We left you with some things to think about, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Oh, we're trying to leave
music.
without song.
Right.
We need music for the people.
I've been singing this song all day. My song recommendation is Got It Good by Kate Trinata and Craig David.
Oh. Craig David has new music?
No, this was on one of Kate Trinata's old albums.
Oh, okay.
But
hey, I don't even know what I've been listening to lately. Oh, one, here comes the 1 to the 3 to the 4. Shabuzi's new song, Tipsy, which is like Chingy. I'm going to date myself, and it's okay. I've already acknowledged that I'm always going to be dating myself. But those who know Chingy, everybody in the club
getting tipsy.
Yeah.
Really?
So Shabuzi kind of did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, he's from Beyonce's album.
Yeah.
So he has the number one country song.
Spaghetti?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He has the number one country song right now, and it's called Tipsy. Everybody at the club getting tipsy.
Oh, he did a country.
Yeah, because he's a country. Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly. I've been listening to it a lot. So yeah. Shabuzi. Tipsy is my song. And my gospel song of the week is going to be another CeCe Winans song, but it's from her new album. And Mariam is going to help me look it up. That album has been blessing me all week. Okay. Yes. Come Jesus Come, CeCe Winans from her new album. That entire album I will recommend, but yeah. I've been liking Come Jesus
Come by CeCe Winans.
That's my gospel song of the week.
Period.
All right. You guys have a great one, and we'll catch you
on the next one.
Mama, rap for us. Rap us out. Show Drake what he could not do. Come on. Give us some bars. Freestyle.
Hey. Banta with Toni and Mimi.
Hey.
You on episode 16, and we ready to drop a new one. Thank y'all. Have a good one. Hey.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Bye. You just finished another episode of Banta with Toni and Mimi. We just want to say thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to our podcast. Have a blessed one.